Jim Baker, PTL, and that scandal, in many regards, put Charlotte on the map. We were no longer Mayberry. We were no longer the sleepy little southern town where Aunt Bee made blueberry pies for everybody.
Happy New Year to everyone!
To many people in this community, Jim Baker was larger than life. He and his wife, Tammy Faye Baker. They had a strong public persona about them, minister of the people in many ways. But Baker had this rock star persona. As much as Billy Graham may have personified the gift, the reach of televangelism, Jim Baker took it to a whole nother level. I mean, you had, for lack of a better term, a religious theme park. And what got him in trouble was the timeshares, where it was a supply and demand thing where they had more demand than supply.
Well, I was on the desk for part of that. There were several reporters that were right on the story on that, and I gave them information when I could, but they were doing pretty well on their own.
They had, obviously, the PTL land, wherever it was in South Carolina. He was scamming his viewers, by taking all this money on these deposits for places that they would live and all that.
People were buying these timeshares and they couldn't get in. And whenever there's a scandal involving lots and lots of cash, it comes down to following the money. And when they followed the money, the federal government, and when you look at the number of people connected to PTL, including Jim Baker, that went to jail, it becomes rather telling in terms of the amount of malfeasance that goes into a situation like that. It rocked the Bible Belt from the standpoint of where everybody had a level of accountability. PTL was the house, the edifice, the empire that Jim and Tammy Faye Baker built. And you end up in a situation of where if you're going to be out there doing God's good work, you better be accountable.
To report on what we see, not what we think, not what we feel, but what we see on the event and the people that were there, and have the people who were there tell their stories.
And the old downtown and the 1800s farm village is being built in that area also. It's a very, very exciting spot. If you'd like to be a part of that, write us today or call